All right, guys, I want to talk a little bit about sandbag construction, because there's a big misconception out there that you should put sand in your sandbag. We've used sandbags now commercially for about a decade, and initially we did use sand, and we found out that it was just a very difficult medium to work with. It was a little too dense, meaning that we had to put something else in the bag with the sand to actually make it a useful training tool. Sand by itself is just too dense. There's going to be too much empty space in the bag. It's going to droop across your shoulder. It's very unwieldy to work with. Additionally, it's a very fine medium, so sand's going to find a way to get out and just make a mess. It's a total pain in the ass to deal with. So what we've actually gone to over time, or not over time, initially, and then for the past 10 years, is a combination of rubber mulch and pea gravel. Okay, now you can get rubber mulch and pea gravel at Home Depot, Lowe's, any hardware store. Probably need one bag of pea gravel. It's the heavier of the two mediums, and then maybe 1, 2, or even 3 bags of mulch, depending on how big your sandbag is and how heavy you want to go. Fairly inexpensive, both of them. And what you need to think about is that when you get home, typically in the gardening section, take these plastic bags. Both these mediums are going to be wet. There's going to be a lot of moisture on them. You're going to need to cut the bags open, get a tarp, or lay it on some concrete, and let it sit in the sun for a couple hours where it gets nice and dry. Right? Then you're going to start building your bag. And if you're a stronger athlete and you want a heavier bag, say 70, 80, 90 pounds, you're going to use more pea gravel. If you're a female athlete or a newer athlete using a lighter bag, 40, 50, or 60, you're going to use more of the rubber mulch. So depending on how much of each medium you put in, it's going to dictate how heavy your sandbag is when it's all said and done. We typically suggest trying to get the bag about 85 to 90% full. That allows you to have an even distribution of weight, as well as an object that has enough size to it to actually be a useful training tool for cleans, for squats, for sandbag get-ups. The bags that we traditionally use are made by French Sport. Very good bags. This one right here that you see is probably 5 years old, used in a commercial setting. Starting to have some wear and tear right here, but because we use this thicker medium, we don't have any messes. We don't have dust coming through. It still is a very, very functional tool. We like these sandbags because they have handles on the outside, they have handles on the top, and additionally, along with the zipper closure, it's got a flap that has Velcro over it. So what happens is that flap closes over, attaches to the Velcro, and actually takes a lot of load off the zipper. And we found that that basically increases longevity of the bag, because when you're picking up a sandbag and you're dropping it, which you're going to do again and again and again, if all that stress is placed in the zipper, over time the zipper just breaks and the bag doesn't function anymore. So French Sport, excellent bag. This is the larger of the two variations they make. You can also go with a smaller one and use more of the pea gravel and have a denser, heavier, smaller bag, but we like the large ones. They work very well. We've been using these pretty much exclusively for the past decade. So, Sandbag Construction, guys. Sand, not really a good medium. We have used wood pellets that kind of go in stoves before, back in the day. Downside of that is that the wood pellets will eventually start to crumble from dropping the bag again and again, and then that dust becomes a very fine medium, and it also starts to make a mess. Do not use dog food, do not use corn, do not use any organic material that basically can absorb that moisture and start to rot. So if you got a sandbag at home right now full of sand, go out and buy yourself some pea gravel, some rubber mulch, and then build it the right way. You guys will be very happy with the end product you get.